Okay, we made it to CES. We checked out the My Arcade booth. It was a zoo, guys, but I did get an interview about some of the new products. We're going to go through a quick booth tour here. So you'll see some of the items you already know. You might see something new. I'll give you a quick, brief explanation as we go through these. But I got to tell you guys, the new items, I didn't get to put my hands on it, and I'm kind of getting tired of not being able to put my hands on it. You can see the pockets there. So I'm hoping one of these days I can actually touch some of these items. Here are the Pixel Pocket Pros, a bunch of these. Everything's behind, at least the stuff you want to touch is behind glass. They do bring out a couple of these that you can see, and I'm hoping next time I can maybe get to, just put my hands on a couple of these items, these new ones that you're about to see. But those are the Pixel Pocket Pros. They do have the Sonic on display, the new Sonic games that we knew were coming for the micros. You can see those here. I think those will be pretty cool. I'm not really big time interested in them, but they also have the other Sega kind of prototype models here, and there's the Outrun. You can see the Outrun there. I knew that was coming as soon as they announced Sega, but you got the Shinobi, you got Golden Axe, so you know what these micro players are. They're nothing to write home about, but they're fairly inexpensive, which is good, and they're fun little gadgets for the kids and some adults too. So let's see what else there is before we get to the new stuff. Now we remember this Atari. This was the Gamestation Go, or it's now the Gamestation Go. They have upgraded it. We'll talk about this a little bit further. But we saw this last year. Another thing, again, we saw last year. A lot of items like we just haven't gotten our hands on. Here's a pinball. This is the Pinball Player Pro. Now, this thing is very small, guys. We'll have a chance to talk about this later. But here we go with the Gamestation arcade stick for Atari. I did see this out. Some people were getting their hands on that one. And then this is a Gamestation gamepad for Atari. Now here we have the Mighty Players. These are relatively new. We did see some videos out on these. They're more wood. They have a more wood, a better build, a little bit bigger than a micro. So just a little bit different. And there's some other varieties of a handheld. Now here we go with the casino type cade. Just kind of stealing it from the Arcade 1-Up Casino Cade, but Casino Players as they have them. And then this one is the Casino Pocket Player. So interesting little device, has 30 games included on these. We know the pole position already. And then we have this Super Retro Champ. Now I'm going to freeze it here just to discuss this briefly. It's a 6-inch screen. Okay, it plays SNES and Genesis carts. So you stick the carts in to this player, and I'm guessing it dumps the ROMs, and then you can play it. It's like a handheld device. Interesting. Probably more to come on this. Okay, now we get to the Capcom Namco combination devices. I told you guys this was coming. Wait till you see the mock-up. If you saw it on the thumbnail, it's like the one I said before, but this is the Gamestation Retro Go. Again, we have 200 games. We don't know the games on this. I actually got an interview with the people. I'm just going to play that interview right after this. You can listen to the questions. You can listen to what they have to say, and I'll just play it through. But this is the Retro Go, just like the Atari one. Very similar. Some differences, though. But again, games list not known yet. And then underneath it, we have the Gamestation Retro Pro, which is the console system. Remember, we said this was coming. Console system just like the Atari. So very similar here. And then below that, we have the Gamestation Retro Arcade Stick. So we'll hear more about this in the interview shortly about all these products. But again, we knew these were coming. And then also the Mega Player. Now, guys, I never get all my questions answered in the first run, so we will go back. We'll get more questions answered. Let me know your questions, and I'll bring them back, and I'll try and get answers. And then we usually do another stream on the weekend after it's all over. All right, we're here with Alexander and Sachin.
Yeah.
They're going to help us understand this Gamestation Retro Go portable video game system. That's what we're looking at right here. Tell me about this.
So First of all, Alexander and Sachin were one of the two industrial designers here at My Arcade. When we got the opportunity to design a new retro console, this is kind of a play on part of the Atari Gamestation Go that's launching this year. While we had to keep it almost the same, with this one we had to come up with solutions on how to make it different from the Atari Gamestation Go.
Okay.
If you look at the side view, it's a bit different, a bit more sleek and snug compared to the Atari Gamestation Go, while it still has the same triggers and bumpers.
Okay. So you have what, R1, R2, L1, L2
Yeah,
bumpers?
exactly.
Yeah.
You have a dial, that's a spinner dial right there.
So some of the same components that we use for the Atari Gamestation Go, we brought along just to keep a visual language in the company.
Okay.
I'll probably say that this is more tailored for Bandai Namco games and Capcom.
Yeah.
Whereas the Atari Gamestation Go, that is more suited for preloaded Atari games.
Okay.
So.
And over 200 games. Are the titles out yet? Is the list of titles out yet?
So this is all subject to change. This is all early prototype in a sense.
Okay.
So what you see right now could change in the coming months. If we make any more announcements.
Okay. 8-inch display is at 720p. Do you know what resolution that is?
It could be 720p.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we might. I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
But we are looking into different screens at the moment, just different research.
Okay. And this, I was told, going to come out sometime after August of this year. That's what the boss said. I was talking to the
salesman?
boss.
Did you talk
he
to
said
him? Okay.
second. He said third, fourth quarter this year.
Yeah.
So, all
We
right.
would
What
hope
about
for that? Yeah.
Yeah. What about no SD card loading, no side loading games, nothing
we
like
can't-
that?
we
It's
cannot-
closed system.
We cannot comment on that one.
Not yet.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get down to this one. This is the Gamestation Retro Pro. You worked on both this. This is the console part, and then this is
The
the
controller.
controller that goes with it.
Correct.
And you have over 200 games, licensed games.
Yes.
Same games as these that
Yes.
are on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the same games will be on both of these, but with the controller. All right, tell me about it.
So I'll probably say that this is an upgraded version of the Gamestation. An upgraded version of the Gamestation that is more in line with Bandai Namco and Capcom.
It comes with one controller, two
It
controllers.
comes with two controllers.
Is it Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or is it 2.4?
I believe
Gigahertz.
Bluetooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a firm answer on that, but it
Yeah.
looks like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously HDMI out to your TV.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on that or no?
I would say is programmable buttons.
Oh, programmable buttons. Yeah. What are these 4 buttons? Are those 4 buttons on the top there?
The
that
4 buttons
control-
on we have standard action buttons, and then there's going to be programmable buttons for
Okay.
certain combinations.
Can you Bluetooth controller into it? Does it have HDMI out?
Yeah, I believe it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you-
like
So a lot of the
Gamestation Go.
same, like I said, a lot of the same components that were used for the Atari Gamestation Go was brought onto here. While
Okay.
it doesn't always look the same, a lot of it was kept the same and
Okay.
just innovated upon.
Okay. Can this controller work with that?
The plan is to incorporate an ecosystem with the controllers. So we are trying to plan for this to be pairable with the.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's talk about this. The joystick.
Oh, sorry.
This pairs with the Gamestation
Yes.
Retro Pro. Does
Yes.
it pair with the Retro handheld as well?
Yeah, that's what
Same
we're,
thing where
yeah.
you're talking about trying to
So
get
it's
it
like
to
an ecosystem that we're trying
work
to
The
in
family
ecosystem.
working together.
Yeah,
Okay. So this has 10 buttons. I mean, I don't
Yes.
what is there any reason for the white and the blue and the red? Any difference? It also has a spinner.
For
And then-
the color scheme, mainly the colors there are for the programmable
The
buttons.
Okay.
mappable buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of the visual language, want to separate what's programmable and then the action buttons.
Now, what games are we playing with the spinner? Do you guys know some of the games
not
list?
specifically, Not specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish we saw some of the games list, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not
All right.
final. That's the reason. Yeah.
Let's go to this. You guys know anything about this right here?
This is pretty much going to be the same Bandai, Capcom.
The mega players.
We don't have
Mega
the final-
players.
the
Same
final.
Same thing as
Yeah,
those,
yeah,
same
yeah.
games, all the
Yeah.
same stuff, right?
Brought onto a new
4
product
buttons.
for tabletop.
Okay, nothing different than really you got USB-C down there,
Yeah.
power. What's this big blue button on the right?
Volume.
Button.
Oh, that's the volume?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you do have an SD card in this one over there,
Yes.
slot. That's different from the other two?
No. So I believe these two should have the
SD card? Okay.
Yeah, SD cards
For
incorporated
the way they're
into.
positioned
Okay.
right now, you might not be able to see it.
Oh, okay, okay. And then, is this the final version of this or
So
no?
all this
Oh
that we're
yeah,
looking
it's
at,
still in
this is-
development.
Even the artwork might change on
Yes,
this?
yes.
Everything
It all
might
depends
change.
on the
Okay.
licensors or what we think is
Yeah,
best.
kind of like stuff that changed on the Atari. It hasn't come out yet, even this Mega
This
Player.
one's also subject to change.
Still
I don't know if
working
you were
on
here
this.
last year,
I
but
was. That's
a
where
lot
I
of
saw
this-
this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
So this was looking different
So-
last year too.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, everything's changing. You know.
Always listening to the fans and seeing the feedback, so it's always helpful.
Okay. And what's the size of this screen? Do we know?
For the screen?
Yeah, the
10.1.
10.1 inches on the Mega Player. Is it called the Mega Player? You're calling Retro Mega is what you're calling it. Okay. That's the official name, Retro
Yeah,
Mega.
Gamestation Mega.
It used to be Super Player, Mega Player.
Yeah, Mega Player, Super Player, and then
Now,
Mega
now
Player.
you're just calling it Mega.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. You guys are changing up everything on me. Okay.
Oh, the
All right, let's
Gamestation
go over
Go?
here. Yeah, that's why I want to just talk about this one real quick. Okay. So this, I was told, has some updates to it.
Yes,
This
compared
Atari.
to last year, we were like really trying to add a numpad in there. You know, it was hard to get like perfectly aligned. You know, especially because people were, asking for it. Especially with the scroll wheel and the paddle.
Yeah.
Just trying to get synchronized more with the Atari games, make them playable.
Okay.
But this one's pretty close to final.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we should see it in
There's
the
a lot
market
of hype
pretty
on
soon.
it. A lot of hype
A
on
lot
it.
of hype on it
Yeah.
for sure. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see it. Okay. And what do you know about the pinball? Yeah, it says 7 included games. I can't read those games. Are those games I know on the pinball? Are those ones I would know?
Do you know Balls of Steel?
You see Balls of Steel. I can't even read it.
I
so
believe
small.
it. Yeah, I believe it's a Atari licensed pinball games. Yeah.
It's almost like a
Mutation.
Yeah.
There's a missile command.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those
so
7
Atari
games are
licensed
included.
pinball games.
All right. Do we get to see it in operation? Does it work right now? Do you have an ETA on when this is coming
There
out?
is an early prototype on this one,
Okay.
but because it's not final, you can't let anyone sample it.
Okay. All right. But officially licensed
But
title?
it is functional.
Is this
Yeah,
new?
So this is like updated 2 controllers here. This one
Okay.
specifically, we're trying to get into the ecosystem with the Atari Gamestation. Last year we unveiled the Remix. That one's on hold for now. We might innovate on it. But for now, we are planning to release these controllers as an ecosystem to the Atari Gamestation.
Okay. And the bottom one is just
It's more like a gamepad.
more like a gamepad?
Yeah, smaller for the hands, more comfortable. This one's more like involved on the tabletop or on your lap.
But that's
So more
a
like that.
screen on it.
That is
So
an LED screen.
LED?
It's more
Okay.
like UI function.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so as you see in that render,
Yeah.
it should work like that.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
And those will work with the game station.
Yes.
Okay.
Atari Gamestation.
Atari Game Station. All right. I think I got it all, guys.
Okay,
I
let us know if you
appreciate
wanna